Hello, my name is Nicolas Mavresis and I am here to talk to you about my upcoming academy. That's the third one. Yeah, the third one already. Let's call it Methods in Mentalism number 3. Now I'll be sharing lots and lots of unpublished material, all the new things that you haven't seen before. I'll be sharing my new bank night routine. I'll be sharing my chair test routine, lots of stage routines, parlor routines that are suitable for house parties, more intimate settings, and close-up, of course. Speaking of close-up, I'll be sharing my Q&A routine that I adapted it for close-up. That's right, you can now do the question and answer effect close-up. Where to start? I mean, just the bank night routine is worth the price of the whole academy. 5 envelopes. Spectators freely choose any 4. The last one contains money, and of course it's for me. You can play it out any way you like, but it's so clean, so clean. No, forces, nothing like that. Now I'll be sharing some magic effects as well, like my take on the anniversary balls, which I think is the greatest card trick ever invented, especially for a couple. And you know what? I'll be joining Harry and Peter in person. So I'll be flying to the UK and I'll be doing my academy from the headquarters to your house. So please join me on the 6th of April. That's a Thursday. And I'm so excited to share my new material with you. See you there. Bye.
Hi guys, and welcome to this week's Alakazam Live.
I feel like I've got to climb on this like this.
Yeah,
well,
we're really low.
We're very low. We're actually not that well. We are quite small.
You know why?
Why is that?
Because
the camera's pointing high, maybe. Or...
Yeah, because I was giving them a sneak peek.
Oh.
Of what's to come, but now it's gone.
It's gone.
It's gone.
Who do you reckon saw it then in the chat?
I don't think anyone saw it.
No, I don't think so either, actually.
So guys, thank you so much for joining us on the AlakazamMagicUK Live. We've got a few things to talk about today. Yes. Harry's going to be performing a trick later on over there at the card table. But just to let you know, we have got, as you've just seen, Nicolas Mavresis coming right here to the Alakazam studio. Not this Thursday, but the following Thursday, the 6th. And he'll be doing his academy from here, and it's new material. He's going to be doing a mixture of close-up and stand-up. And
his academies have been absolutely incredible. They've had fantastic feedback, fantastic responses, and have even actually sort of given you a sneak peek of potential future releases, because Memories was featured on one of his academies before, and a couple of others have been actually featured on the academy before we even released them. So make sure you check out, because we're going to get some killer effects.
Yeah, and we are filming a few different releases
of
Nicolas's while he's here as well.
Nice.
But this is going to be great. Now, Nicolas is doing a little lecture tour around the UK next week as well. He's doing the Magic Circle, he's doing Cambridge, and a few other places, but the academy is completely different material. So even if you're going to see him at the Circle,
it's different.
It's going to be completely different.
I like it.
So
he's always got just practical, fun stuff, and he's very good friends with David Jonathan. And if you know David Jonathan, then they're both just killer. You know what I mean? But they've got a very practical, it's never convoluted, is it? Both of them. It's always just simple, strong mentalism, which is what we like.
Very clever methods.
Yeah,
they always come up with clever methods.
I mean, the Collector is still one of our best sort of tricks, isn't it? It's so like one of our best sellers. It's so good, the Collector. You've got to check it out.
Who said February? He said February, not April.
No idea. Maybe on the trailer he said that or something.
I don't know. Well, it's definitely April.
It's April.
Definitely, you don't have to wait a year for it. So, a couple of things.
Yes,
The first batch of apparitions have gone out. If it was shipping from the US, it should have. The US, we launched our US warehouse last week. And because they had a lot of orders, some went out Friday, some went out yesterday, some are going out today.
Yes, yeah.
The UK ones were all shipped on Friday.
Yeah, fully tracked. Chris, that is sold out, Appearing Glass.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yes.
I didn't see that.
Sold out.
Did you film it?
No.
Oh.
No. I've done a video just about the unboxing and unpacking. Because, guys, we do show a lot of sort of behind-the-scenes stuff at AlakazamMagicUK, just showing what we had in stock and things like that. But, yeah, unfortunately, Appearing Glass went very fast. We are sold out.
We got our co-host.
Oh!
Sitting right here. Wayne Goodman, wondering what's happening. How are you?
So I'm on the chat. I'm just dealing with customers.
Oh.
So a few people questioning in. So I'm just dealing with a few people on here while I was being blatantly ignored on the live. You know.
He takes a mick, doesn't he? He is out of order.
So, also, everyone in the chat, who has ordered themselves an ALAKAZAM t-shirt?
I should have been wearing mine tonight. I'm going to wear mine tonight, actually. I'm going to the gym and I'm going to wear it because it fits so lovely.
I'm under orders. I'm under orders. I've got to get Charlie the cap. She wants the cap.
The baseball cap.
The baseball cap, yeah. So I'm under orders to pick her one up today, so I've got to order one.
I'm in an awkward position because my friends bought an AlakazamMagicUK t-shirt as well. Maka bought one.
He did. And he's not a magician.
He's not a magician. He just likes to top. But he is also going to the gym tonight. So what if we both rock up wearing matching AlakazamMagicUK? It's going to be like Superbad. No, not Jordan Taylor. Jordan Taylor. Yeah. So I'm going to need to make sure he's bought a black one, so I need to wear my grey one. And then we will not be matching. It's all right.
You look like you're part of the same team. You'll be all, we're the AlakazamMagicUK.
Yeah. Exactly, I know. But we'll be in a corner lifting the bean cans, so we don't want to advertise that. All right. When I can lift a little bit of weight, I'll start spreading the word.
Right. So Damien, this is an interesting one because 90% of what is on our website, or 95%, is in stock in America.
But we've also 99% actually, because we've changed now from. I don't even think you know what we're doing now, actually.
No, I don't. No one tells me anything
We've
anymore.
just tweaked it.
Oh.
Yeah, so I can tell you. So, 99% of everything is in stock in the US.
Wow, that's great. And obviously you're going to get, you're still going to get free shipping on all orders over £70.
Yep.
So that's, if you're in America, you'll get free shipping all over America. We are looking at a way that maybe we can sort of reduce it or separate it, because the other good thing is we have combined the two sites. So now if you had an Alakazam USA site, just do everything on AlakazamMagicUK, because we had a lot of people going, oh, well, I want to get an academy, but my site's on the USA site and everything else. Whereas now it's all happening, and the other good thing about it is we have control. When we had two separate sites, obviously our friend Mark Call was running one, we were running the other, so if there was any questions for one, it would be filtered through Mark, come through to us, whereas now we have control over it. So there's one site, we can see exactly what's happening with the orders, when they were sent, get the tracking numbers and everything else.
I'm a bit sad actually though. Because what if I live in America, want the full AlakazamMagicUK experience? Will I get like a newsletter and the same experience?
Yes, we are planning on sending out our monthly newsletter from our US warehouse as well. That's something we've got to speak to them about tonight.
Because I collect them, and that's a real
because the new newsletter is due out in a few days.
Yeah.
And that will be shipping, hopefully, fingers crossed, with USA orders as well. So we are speaking to those people over in our warehouse later on today, see if we can make that happen for this month. If it's not this month, it will be next month, but we're going to push to have it done this month.
And I will just say one other thing is any Canadian magicians, we are shipping your orders from the UK because we have been told that it's actually better for you if you receive items from the UK as opposed to the US. So only US orders will be sent from the US. Any other ones will be sent from the UK store, HQ, where we are.
Yes.
Well, we're actually next door to HQ right now. We're in the Alakazam's studio.
Yeah.
Now, I just want to say a couple of things as well. We obviously have some topics to talk about. Guys, if you've got any topics you really want to talk about, just let me know. But I had and I want to discuss this, all right, with you two, because you've both been in this situation.
Yes.
I had a gig on Saturday, right? Went really well, really happy with it. But the day or the time I got there, right, numbers had dropped by a lot, all right? And it went down to about 30 people.
Yeah,
right.
this was a corporate.
Yes, right. Now, it was supposed to be more than that, a lot more people than that, but it did drop down to 30 people, right? And at the start, I was thinking, oh, you know what I mean? Because you never know if they're all just going to be sort of sitting in one place and you think, oh, how much material have I got or stuff like that. And that is where these two bad boys come in real handy. All right, this is the honest truth, God's honest truth. These two come in really handy. All right, but you also always talk about no-brainers in your case.
Yep.
And I made sure I've got like a little mini stand-up act that has a bank night routine. It's got a prediction at the start and then a confabulation at the end. And I had all of that in my case because it all packs flat up. The whole thing is like that fat, really. So it goes in my close-up bag. So I had that just in case. But what are sort of things you put, safety nets you put in place in case said hazards like that do arise?
Well, I'll be honest with you. When I used to go out and work, the case I used to take with me was huge. Like literally, I've still got it at home. It was a big close-up case and I had tons of stuff in there, far more than I'd ever need, because most gigs I'd perform the same 5 tricks. But I'd always have it in my mind, oh, I've got this, I'll do that tonight if I get a chance. Never got round to doing it because you know as well as I do, you work in a busy job and you're doing the same 5 tricks. But I had in my case, and I've said it for years, a section of my case called no-brainers. Now these are effects that wouldn't be part of my set, so in there would be things like cartoon, just anything that's sort of easy to do with regards to, if I haven't done it for 2 years, I could literally pick it up and instantly know how it's done, because my memory for magic tricks is not what it used to be. So now if I don't do a trick for maybe even 3 or 4 weeks, unless it's one of my regular tricks, I'll forget where the Elmsley goes. Or was it a standard Elmsley or an under Elmsley or something like that. I'll just forget that. So I've usually got to watch the trailer back, and then that will sort of jog my memory. But the whole idea of the no-brainers was effects that you know, even if you don't perform them for 2 years, you'll be able to pick it up and go, I know how to do this. And they're always handy for when you're in that situation. I mean, yours was pretty good because you were in a walk-around situation. People were usually grouped together.
100%, there was groups of 4 tops, really, which is nice.
But I've had them before where I walked in, this was a house party, and it was for someone's 50th or 60th birthday, and they said to me, we've got 2 marquees in the garden, there'll be people in the house, there'll be people in the garden, people in the marquees. I walked into the house, there was a few people sitting in the conservatory. So I thought, well, what I'll do is I'll do my act, but I'll do it more as a stand-up act. So I did that, 15 minutes or so. And then I said, I'm going to go out in the garden and, entertain everyone else. And they went, no, it's just us. We're going in the garden in a minute. And that's when the no-brainers sort of come in really handy. How about you, Wayne?
I think I'm the same. I've got a few tricks that I can just turn to whenever I need them to. I get it a lot at weddings, and it's more of a stand-up situation where you've got to cover time. That's the big dilemma that I normally get. So the food's going to be next 5 minutes, or the bride and groom need an extra 5 minutes before they come into the room. Or I've had it as well where there's been less people and you end up being followed by the whole group, so you have to do a kind of a stand-up spot. For me, it's things like, now something like Bane would be great, because that will just, take up no space and have it in the car. And if you know you're heading that kind of direction, it's always there. But when I'm working like at the weddings and stuff, I have pub crawl, which packs nothing and fits inside it's always in all of my jackets in the inside pocket, just ready to go at any time. Or I turn to things like Trilogy Extreme, or anything that I can get multiple people involved. A tossed out deck if I've got one in the bag, or Cards to Pocket is always a good one and takes no props, just the cards you're using already. And it's one that I don't perform any other time, but when I want to work to a big group, I can play it really, really large. So yeah, Cards to Pocket or Cards Across even. I do that one as well.
One event that came out recently, and we've sold out now, but is absolutely ideal for this, is Colour Psychology. Yeah, four little coloured wallets, and you've got a sort of 6 or 7 minute stand-up piece. Yeah, you know, it's really, really strong, and that's one of those effects that you should carry. You should carry in your close-up case for those moments. And it's always nice if you're doing a close-up gig of any sort of shape or size, if you can finish with something. Not all locations you can do it, not all parties you can do it, but if you could finish with something for the entire room, it's really nice. For one, it means that if you hadn't had a chance to perform to this certain group or whatever, they get to see some magic. For two, it sort of emphasises the fact that you're leaving. It gets so you get your round of applause, and also it cements your name into their mind again. So being able to do something, whether it's just one trick that's going to take 3 or 4 minutes or 5 minutes, or you're going to do a 10-minute set, whatever it might be, if you can do that, it's really worth doing it for both, a promotional purpose and to allow everyone to see some magic, so everyone has seen something that evening.
Yeah.
Because there are times that, you get a call from a booker and they go, oh, we got 300 guests, and you go, well, we need more than one magician, I can only afford one. You're not going to get round them. It ain't going to happen. So anyway, but good question. Sorry, go on.
I was just saying, one other thing that I do a lot, just this came back into my head actually, and this is great, and it gets everybody on their feet and everybody watching, is if I'm doing like a small parlour show, or if there's room, or sometimes I get the wedding, I get the groomsmen up, I'll do the 4-man suspension.
Oh yeah, I've seen you do that.
Yeah, and that's always great, and it always ends with a big laugh, because I get them all to put their left hand in and to pull themselves up, but unless they're really strong, they can't pull themselves up, and they end up as a heap on the floor, and it always gets a big laugh and a big cheer. And yeah, that's always and one of those things again. I mean, there's no real magic in it; it's just science, but it's one of those things that goes down really, really well and gets the whole audience involved with what they're watching, even the ones who aren't taking part in the actual thing.
Yeah. Got a good question here from John Hayes. So here it is. How and where do you get inspiration for learning magic tricks?
I think inspiration for me comes from just wanting to continually better myself. I want to continually, and from the reactions that I get from performing it. So when I perform something for a group and I get a great reaction, I want to give the next group that same reaction, but also I want to be able to do more. So they go, I'll do another one. I can. Now I can do that. I've been doing magic long enough to know enough stuff, but I do, it just inspires me to push. And is there a better version of this? Is there a way to improve this? Is there a way I can make this better? And be either inventing or learning somebody else. You can learn a bill switch, but you can always learn another bill switch that's better or more visual or for different circumstances. We were talking about that last week at the shop. We were going through 3 or 4 different kinds of bill switches there are, and each one is great for its own environment. But
I think it's good to take inspiration as well from different areas, not just magic, but think of the umbrellas under entertainer. Do you know what I mean? And you can learn a lot from, I know Jimmy Carr had a good podcast where he talks about just I don't know, just improving and things like that. You know, I think if you narrow yourself down to just looking at magicians or whatever, there's going to be a lot of crossover with sort of advice they say or stuff that they say. Whereas if you go to a different, still in the same lane, but do you know what I mean, slightly aside, a comedian might have had an experience that you've been wanting to find out about or how to overcome so much. And I think it does help as well, just getting out there. You know, I think nothing has given. To be fair, nothing has given me more confidence in magic than if I'm out and about and someone does ask to see a trick and then you do a trick at that moment, right? It sounds like such a stupid thing, but everyone says about EDC, blah, blah, blah. How many people actually would carry a trick and if they get asked to do it, would have it with them? Do you know what I mean? I think if we all done that, I think deep down we put pressure on ourselves, isn't it? Where you think they've got an expectation, oh, he's a magician. You, in your head, think, oh, am I going to live up to it, or this or that? Am I going to be as good as one that they've seen in the past, maybe, or something? But if you just have a trick on you that you just, even if it's the same one you do every single time, just master it, and then you're just going to get confidence all the time, and then you feel like, yeah, do you know what, I am actually.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It just gives you inspiration. That's what you need, just getting the reactions and the proof and everything like that.
Yeah.
I think that's...
Can I just add on to what you were saying there? When I first, my career, when I first started, I worked in the hotels in Spain. Before I met Rodney and we worked together in Salou, my first job in Spain was in Benidorm. And as well as being a magician, I was an entertainer in the hotel as well. So I had to do the bingo, call the quizzes, host the party dances, host the shows, not be in the shows necessarily, just host the shows, introduce, compare, do the disco. I had to do the full gambit of things. And I learned more about being a performer from watching the singers, the dancers, the comedians than I have from watching any magician. I've learned more about how to walk on stage, how to finish on the microphone, how to finish what I'm doing, how to get off the stage, all that from watching all these acts. And as well as, like, in my heckler book, I credit a guy called Wally, because he used to heckle me every single night during the quiz. And it became I was gutted when he left after 2 weeks, because he became an integral part of my quiz for those whole 2 weeks. It was just the best. And then the next week he wasn't there and nobody else heckled me. But it was sort of like I learned how to deal with situations and people heckling, and all from doing things that aren't magic, but still, like you say, under the umbrella. So by being a bingo caller, by being the quiz master, I learned to deal with all these different situations, how to talk on a microphone without doing a trick. You know, when I did my restaurant course, one of the hardest things the guys always had was going up to a table and not doing any magic. Just go up and talk to people, just interact with them, because, you know, you might get to the table and introduce yourself, and then the food arrives and you're stood there with half a trick ready to go. Whereas if you go over and go, hi, I'm Wayne, I'm the magician here this evening, blah, 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 have a quick couple of seconds chat and then go into the trick, you can gauge the, you know, if the situation does change, you can adapt.
Yeah.
And those sort of things all come from you know, just, from learning from other things.
And that's one of the things that this young man's really good at. He can literally go over there, speak to him for 15 minutes without doing a trick, and just have people laughing and having a good time. And he hasn't done anything yet.
And more times than not, that will get the better reaction.
Yeah.
Than the whatever we're planning on doing. If you go over and talk to them, have a laugh, get them laughing, you become the guy. I was always told little boys and girls should look up to you. Older than people should look at you and think, oh, I wish I'd done that with my life. I wish he was my son. And everyone your own age should be thinking, God, I want him to hang around with me. He's really cool. Yeah. You know what I mean? And if you can do that, if you can be admired by all the age groups, then you know you've marked it.
Yeah. Just sort of moving aside from that at the moment. Me, Jamie, and Jenny went on a ghost hunt on Saturday. So this was a proper ghost hunt in an old priory, and being a magician, I mean, I really enjoyed it. The people that run it were lovely, the ghost hunt. But straight away, when we come out of there, I said to Jamie, that could have been so much more of a better experience for us. And this isn't sort of saying anything bad about what happened, but they sort of left you to your own devices. Whereas a little bit of staging, and I'm not talking about faking things, but a little bit of staging, making you feel involved, would have made it so much more interesting for the people there,
because more structure, you mean? Or?
Yeah, some structure. So I'm actually going to send them an email.
You told me about one thing. What you say about that? About if they'd have suggested that to you with the EKG meter thing,
so
whatever it was.
Basically, when you go in, they've got all this sort of ghost finding, busting equipment. You know, the EVP meters or whatever that will pick up on electrical.
Did you get the Ghostbuster backpack with the blaster?
No, I did ask where the traps were.
Unbelievable.
Where's the trap and the proton pack?
The proton pack, that's it.
But the thing is, they've got all this equipment, and they said, "All grab yourself a piece of equipment." So I've grabbed this EVP meter, and I literally walked around for the whole evening, just holding that meter. I didn't even turn it on. Whereas when we were in the rooms, now there were times where they were saying that there was this bit where they had a little mag light torch that you got to twist to turn it on. And they were talking, you know, spirits, if you're here, let us know, whatever it is. And the torch just lit, right? Just lit by itself. Now, straight away, I'm thinking, okay, it's a coincidence, whatever it is. And they said, if you're here, turn the torch off. Boom, right on cue. So straight away, I'm thinking, right, someone's doing something. The torch was on the wall. But there was nothing wrong with the torch. I think I know what was happening, but there was nothing wrong with the torch, and they weren't physically doing it. So they weren't, you know, any gimmicks or anything. But in that sort of situation, for staging wise, they should have went, okay, who's got an EVP? Who picked one up? You did. Can you do me a favour? I want you to go up that end of the room and let's scan it. Let us know if you see anything. Who had the night vision goggles? You. Okay, I need you focusing on this and giving you tasks to do, which are now making you feel, rather than you're just standing there in every room and they're going, if there's anyone here, give us a sign. Does anyone else want to say it? And that's literally what it was. But you could get everyone sort of involved, or if the torch go off, you go, guys, I'm not sure if we got something here. If you've got an EVP meter or whatever it is, can you pop over there? I want you to start scanning that area. Let us know if you get anything. Everyone else, can we just sit down and focus on this area? You know, and make you feel something's going on. It's building the atmosphere. It's building the theatre of the thing. You're not faking anything, but you're making...
You're just emphasising different parts. Isn't
it? And you're making people feel part of it. It's sort of going to get that excitement up. You know,
it's like if you say that and then that person's going to go away and go, oh my god, you won't believe when the light came on. I had the EVP meter, so I had to go over to the corner and scan. It was terrifying. I didn't know what was going to happen, and things started moving, and then I was over there, and I didn't, you know. But when the light came on, and they sent me over on my own, I was like, oh god, you know. And it creates that.
Not that people weren't scared, but like Mum, for example. It's very easy to be kind of brave and relaxed when you're just sort of standing there and someone's saying, if it's here, do this. But if someone had said to Mum, can you go over there, please, and with your meter and just see if you can do it, that would automatically get her. And you're not, do you know what I mean? Not to try and make her feel scared, but she would feel more involved and more, there's not a barrier there where someone else is just talking and you're there. You're now participating in it.
You're now part of it.
And the reason there's the pressure there as well, there's the pressure. There's pressure on them there as well they've got to make sure they're doing the right. Like when you get a spectator and you say, "Oh, I want you to do this," it's very specific. There's pressure on them to make sure they don't mess it up. What's going to happen? They're doing what they're doing.
And the reason I brought that up is it does relate to magic and performance as well. Getting people involved and being there showed me that, you know, we were just bystanders, whereas we should have been involved. And when you're performing, you should try and get as many people involved. Even if you're performing to one person, speak to everyone. You know, speak to everyone. And if you're doing something and you need someone to hold a deck, get someone else to do it. Try and get as many people involved in it. And this is a big thing when you're doing things like tables. If you're doing tables at a big do and it's a big table, if you focus on the two people you're standing in between, the people over the other side of the table, I guarantee it, will just start talking to each other.
Yeah.
So you need to try and get
Yeah.
everyone involved, or at least paying attention.
And you do only learn that for experiences. Like the first maybe 3 gigs I'd done using the MD Mini, for example, which is the Rubik's Cube one, I would perform it and I would just do it solely to this person, and obviously it still gets a wicked reaction, but people, like the other people that weren't involved, obviously weren't involved because I'm just reading straight to one person. But now I'll get them to say all the colours out loud, and I go, right guys, try and listen if you can hear their voice. And now everyone's listening for it, you know. And then on the other phase where I go, now you seemed a bit easier to read, so I try to sort of manipulate you vocally with my words. And then all of a sudden I go, listen to what I said, and they go, yeah, I know what you said. Before you turn around, you said red. And then they're all like, oh yeah, I know he said that. And then the guy's like, no way, you know. But they're all now not on my side. It's not a side thing, but they're all involved in it. They're listening for words and they want to see if they can do it. So automatically, from a one-on-one thing, now everyone's involved trying to work it out, and it does just feel better. You know what I mean? It feels like a group experience, not just a solo one.
Sorry, bear with me 1 second. Just had a question come up. Just need to check something here.
Well, I'm just going to say, Pete, what you just said is really good as well. If you're giving one person instruction, give the instruction to the whole table, even though you're talking to that one person. So in a second, Jack here is going to deal the cards down one at a time onto the table, and I want all of you guys to be watching as he does. It's going to be a free choice. Jack is going to stop. When we go to Jack, I want you to deal the cards down to the table. Now it's the whole table. Jack is going to deal the cards down to the table, one at a time into a pile. We're all going to see him do this, and I want you to make sure that Jack has a completely free choice of when he stops dealing. Now I've just told Jack what he's got to do, but at the same time, I've told it to the whole table and got them all involved. They're now actively engaged in what is happening. And if you can do that, if you can, even if it is a direct instruction to one person, but if you can direct it at the audience, a lot of stage performers, when they're giving stage directions and they're going, okay, in a second you're going to make a choice, they're still facing the audience because they know they've got to keep them engaged, and that works close up as well.
Right, so I've just had this come in from Alexander Ross. I'm going to see if I can bring this up, actually. Let me see if I bring this up here.
Also, John, true about escape rooms. They're always good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Makes you involved in everything.
We will be back with you in a second, Wayne. So, anyone that wants to book Nicolas's Academy, let me see here. If you click on the Academy here, this add to cart will vanish in a minute, but it will appear again here. So this will just sell you the Academy course. This button here will give you all free a discount if you haven't done the others. But this is the one you want, and that should be just one. Okay, so I hope that makes sense.
Lovely.
So
what's Lloyd's video?
What's Lloyd's video?
We haven't even seen that. What is it then?
Mike, tell us what Lloyd's video is, because we haven't seen it. But for anyone that is wondering what he's talking about,
That's really tickles my ear.
Tickled your fancy. It is da 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 da.
Na 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 do 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 da 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 do 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 do.
Oh, look at that!
Oh my gosh! And what does that literally do?
It knocks them dead. That is, if we're not mistaken, going to be April's release.
April's release, correct. And we are buzzing for this. It is next level.
I did it at every group. I did it every group on Saturday night. They loved it.
I feel like, and fair enough, because it is your creation. Sometimes it's awkward to pick up your own creation, but this is insane. This is so good, isn't it? It's got to be one of your favourites that you've ever.
It's one of the first effects I created. I think it was about the fifth effect I created. but it was really early on. So this says it's the 25th anniversary edition. I think the first version was out about 29 years ago. But yeah, it's an effect that has always been part of my repertoire in one form or another. It was Knock 'em Dead 1, then Knock 'em Dead 2 I moved on to, then I went back to Knock 'em Dead 1, and then I came up with the idea of combining for Knock 'em Dead the 25th anniversary edition, and this is the one that ticks the boxes I needed ticking when I first created it and couldn't think of how to do it. So, yeah. Oh, Roy Smith, thanks to Wayne, I got Knock 'em Dead last week. Outstanding.
Look at that.
I was off in Edinburgh. So I had a busy week last week. I was in Edinburgh. That was a great club. So if you're part of a magic club and you're looking for something for an evening for your club, I do the dealer dems. So I'm in Leamington Spa, not next week, but the week after. And last week I was up with Roy and the amazing Edinburgh Magic Circle. If you're in the Edinburgh area and you're not part of the Edinburgh Magic Circle, you need to get down there, because it's a great club and a great bunch of guys and girls who work there. Really, really good. Yeah. Fantastic.
So we have got another trailer to play. So I'm going to drop this in now. Now this is the Apparition trailer. So if you have already seen this, go grab yourself a cup of tea. If you haven't, have a little watch. I don't know which one it is. So we're going to play trailer roulette.
Let's go.
Here we go.
I'm going to get a drink.
All right.
Watch and don't blink, because if magic was real, it would look something like...
What? No. What the...
My name's Craig Petty, and I am proud to bring to you the Apparition coin set. In 2022, I bought out the Mirage coin set, and it immediately got rave reviews from the entire magic community. People who'd never done coin magic before and experienced coin workers were all raving about the quality of the routines and the quality of the gimmicks. Well, now I'm back in 2023. I'm proud to bring to you what I consider to be one of the strongest tricks I've ever created, the Apparition coin set. This is a silver dollar. It's an American coin, and this is a Chinese coin. It's got a hole in it. Can you do me a favour? Can you hold your hand out for me and have a look at the coins, check them out, make sure they're okay? Take your time though, because I get paid by the hour. Apparition is a single self-contained unit that allows you to perform absolute miracles in a working environment. This is a coin set that is designed for real workers. The coins that are included were made by Roy Coopers, and they are of incredible quality. Now I want you to do me a favour. Can you please put the silver coin inside the purse? And I'm going to close it shut. Is that fair? Now this is an observation test. It was Becky, right? Are you fairly observant, Becky? We're going to see how observant you are. Do you see the coin? Do you see the Chinese coin? I'm going to pop the Chinese coin underneath the purse. All you have to do is tell me what's underneath the purse. And what did you put inside the purse? So in other words, you missed the switch. That's fine. Most people do. It's very difficult to spot. I'll do it again. There's a rule in magic, never repeat a trick. I'm going to do it again. This time you'll see it happen. Do you see the silver coin? Yeah. Do you see the purse? Yeah. Watch. You just do that. I know, it's so annoying. Imagine what it's like being married to me. It's not good. So what is Apparition? Well, basically, it's a self-contained unit that allows you to perform absolute miracles. With Apparition, when you open up the box, you're going to get custom designed gaffed coins. These were designed by Roy Coopers in Las Vegas, and they are incredibly high quality. You also get a custom designed gaffed coin purse that was made by leather workers specifically for this project. You put the coins inside the coin purse and you are good to go anytime, anywhere. Transpositions, coins across, chop cup style routines. The magic happens in the spectator's hand with routines by myself, Andy Smith, Peter Nardi. This set is absolutely incredible. We did a soft launch at the Blackpool Magic Convention 2023 and the Apparition coin set is what everybody was talking about. This is an observation test. I want to watch very carefully. The Chinese coin goes there. Now I'm going to go really slowly. The Chinese coin goes underneath the purse.
Yeah.
So the question is, what's under the purse?
Chinese purse.
And what's inside the purse?
The silver coin.
You put it in there, didn't you? So in other words, you missed the switch, which is fine. It's easy.
Whoa!
I know, it's easy.
Wait a minute.
You look like a rabbit caught in headlights. If you missed the switch, let me do it again so you know what to watch for. Do you see the purse? Yeah. Do you see the silver coin?
I do. Yeah.
That's the. I mean, you know.
Wait.
It's completely self-contained. There's no need to go into your pockets to get extra bits and pieces. It's all in the purse. It's an instant reset. The magic happens in the spectator's hand. It is completely and totally examinable at almost every single point in every single routine. This is as commercial as it gets. Inside the purse, there's 2 coins. This is a silver dollar and this is a Chinese coin. That's the purse. 3 things all together.
Okay.
First of all, have a look at the coins, check them out, make sure they're real.
Yeah.
And you can put the silver coin inside,
Okay.
and I'm going to close it up. Now that's fair, right?
It is, yeah.
Now watch the Chinese coin. All I have to do is put the Chinese coin underneath the purse, and you just have to tell me where's the Chinese coin
Underneath the purse.
and what's inside the purse.
The silver dollar.
So you missed the switch. Most people do. That's fine. You know, it's very easy to miss. If you're focusing, I mean, it looks like real magic. It's not, but it does look about as close to real magic as you can get. You see, the silver coin is actually inside. You know, there's too much to watch. That's the problem with this trick. And the other thing is, I'm misdirecting you. It's called distraction. That's what I'm doing. I'm distracting you. So don't let me distract you. Look, the silver coin goes on top. The Chinese coin goes inside.
Yeah.
Where's the silver coin?
Yeah.
Where's the Chinese coin?
Inside.
Where's the purse?
Yeah.
Yes, but you looked at the purse. Don't look at the purse. Watch the coins. You see, if you look over here even for a split second, you'll miss the switch. See, they've changed places and you didn't even notice.
No.
So now we'll do it one last time, okay? One final time. And I'm going to go as fairly as I can. Inside the purse, I'm going to put the Chinese coin.
Okay, yeah.
The silver coin goes here.
Yeah.
There's the purse. Nothing in my hands.
Nothing, no.
Nothing up my sleeve.
No.
If magic was real, you can even hear it.
Yeah.
If magic was real, it would look something like that. You see, there's the Chinese coin. Inside the purse is the silver coin. Isn't that weird?
It is, yeah.
Now, I tell you what, there's too much to watch. Let me get rid of the Chinese coin.
Okay, yeah.
We'll just use the silver coin
Yeah.
and the purse. I'm going to put the purse there. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get that silver coin underneath the purse. Guess what? Underneath the purse. Nothing happens till I squeeze. When I squeeze, that coin vanishes.
Yeah.
Did you feel it?
No.
Yeah, it goes right there underneath the coin. It's kind of weird, right? I mean, no, you don't notice it. I'll do it again. I'll do it again.
Okay.
If I told you I could get that coin underneath that purse again, would that be good?
Yes.
Thank you. You don't look impressed. Let me do it for real. Watch. If I do this and this, you can get it right there underneath.
No way.
So I'm going to do it one final time, okay?
Okay,
And
yeah.
I'm going to go really, really slowly. But this time, I'm going to go further because I'm not going to put the coin in my hand.
Okay.
I'm going to put it into my pocket.
Okay.
So the coin goes into my pocket, right?
Yeah.
And yet nothing here. You
So
know the
no,
coin's in
yeah.
my pocket until I snap. When I snap, it goes right there underneath the hand again. Now every trick needs a big finish. Let me show you the big finish. This is the big finish. Do you remember the Chinese coin I put in my
Yeah.
pocket at the very
Yeah.
beginning? The big finish is to take that silver coin and make it change places with the Chinese coin. That's the Chinese coin. That's the silver coin. That's the purse. And that is the trick. This is as commercial as it gets. I'm once again super excited and proud to be working with AlakazamMagicUK to bring for you what I think is one of the best tricks that I've ever created. I'm super excited to bring to you one of the best projects I've ever been a part of. My name's Craig Petty, and on behalf of Alakazam Magic, welcome to the Apparition coin set. If magic was real, then I think it would look something like that.
There we go, Apparition. So I just want to say as well, thank you to everyone that joined us on the live launch on Thursday. We sold out in both the UK and the USA within 2 hours.
That is actually insane, I'm not going to lie. Considering we had to get extra ships stocked up at Blackpool as well, sent up at Blackpool, that is actually amazing. So thank you so much for support on that, guys. It has been insane. We've had to up everything. The next batch, we've had to up the packaging, we've had to up literally everything. It's been insane. The custom leather purses, everything.
And I just want to say as well, there was one interesting comment on the Green Forum that said, why do Alakazam and other magic dealers order too little items? It's a FOMO thing or whatever they call it. In what world does it make business sense not to order enough stock of a product that's hot? The thing is, we ordered more stock of Apparition than we did of Mirage because we knew the popularity of Mirage, and they sold like that. And every other dealer that carried Apparition sold out the following day.
And considering we had made a lot for Blackpool already, so we know that like the ALAKAZAM, like the regular ALAKAZAM, if they wanted one, would have picked one up already. But yeah, it's been absolutely insane, the sort of popularity of the event.
The response of it.
Yeah, I'm not being funny, for good reason, but it has been insane, the amount of feedback we've had on it already. I've had phone calls saying how much they love it, and just really just thinking about what you can do with it, you know, has really just sort of opened up even more doors than what it is.
Well, Pandaman says, how difficult are the sleights? I mean, I'm buying it either way, but I'm curious. Now, there are various routines taught. Some of them are 100% sleight free.
Yeah, no sleight band whatsoever.
I came up with a routine that both myself and Harry were using to dem the product at Blackpool. And that had about 6 or 7 moments of magic, and there was one easy sleight in the whole thing. There was one coin vanish.
Yeah, it's not even a palm, it was just a vanish. One vanish, whatever vanish you want, that was it.
Yeah.
And that was a long routine, which would be perfect for tables or anything like that, you know. It was basically almost like a chop cut style routine where it keeps appearing underneath the purse. And like I said, I mean, like you just said, that involved one sleight, and that was probably one of the more, well, that was one of the longest routines on there, wasn't it, really?
Yeah.
And one sleight.
Yeah, the one we were doing at Blackpool had so much magic going on.
Yeah.
And it was a good, solid, concise little routine. But you get so many routines. I would say, even if you're an absolute beginner, you're going to be able to do something mind-blowing with the Apparition coin set.
Yeah, it's 100%. And the good thing about it as well is, even to make the coins examinable at the start and at the end involves no sleight of hand as well. That's what's good.
Yeah.
You know, you haven't got to quickly do a ditch of a coin or quickly add one on. You literally, you know what I mean?
I came up with a handling that we filmed for a bonus video, and as Mike Tyson says, with that handling I created, you open a purse, they can see there's 2 coins in there. I take out the 2 coins. I hand the Chinese coin to one person, the American coin to the other person. I take the Chinese coin back, place it face up on the table on the purse, take the American coin back, pick up both coins, go into the routine. Everything's been examined.
Hands are empty.
I wasn't palming anything throughout, and now the gimmick is exactly where I need it to be.
Yeah.
And also in the routine that I constructed, the gimmick floats between coins. But because of the choreography of the routine, everything just happens without any sleight.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that you sort of think it feels like, you know, when you go to you watch the shopping channel and the bloke's demonstrating the mop. And he's going, I'll throw all this down, and all you have to do is this, and it's gone. And you think, wow, that looks too clean. Yeah. That's what this looks like. You're just following the process, and it's working.
That's true.
So, yeah, a lot of great comments about it. Now, we are expecting the next shipment of Apparitions at the end of April, and I would say we are about 80 to 90% already sold out of the next batch that's coming in. So if it is something you want, pre-order it, and it will guarantee you one whether you're in the UK or the US. Now we have upped our order with Roy Cooper.
3 times you've upped it now.
Yeah, 3 times since Thursday evening. So yeah,
because that's the thing as well. All the coins are handmade, the purses are handmade, everything. You know. Yeah, it's wicked.
So
it's so good. Yeah, it's a good big kit. Right, shall I talk about this one that went down well on Saturday?
Yeah. Yes, please do. I might bring you up. I'll bring you up full. Are you going to perform it now? I'll bring you up full screen.
Yeah, can do. Yeah.
Okay, and then we'll come back to you, Wayne, and we'll have a chat about it.
All right, I'll see you in a minute.
All right. So this is a simple effect that went down a treat on Saturday, as I was saying, and it just uses 4 jokers. All right, check this out. So 4 jokers. I'll place 2. This would be in the spectator's hands, and 2 obviously left in my hands. Now watch this. 1, 2, 3. Just like a little flick, and they've actually changed places. I'm actually holding on yours. You're now holding on to mine. Not bad, is it? Now I know by that look on your face you don't actually believe me, so I'm going to try and pause at the exact moment that my jokers are in your hand and yours are still there. Check this out. Ready? Look, joker here, right, as fair as I can be, just like this. 1 snap, 1 twist. That should be the exact moment that my jokers are actually over alongside yours. There's mine. Jokers are completely gone, which means of course over on yours you have now got all 4 jokers. Look at that. It's so good. Literally love it. It's so good. Simple.
Oh, we've made Wayne vanish.
Simple, strong, and remember guys, I mean, these are obviously custom printed cards, but to laymen, even seeing a card like this, they've never seen that, you know. The Joker has vanished off my cards. They just saw him 2 seconds ago. Yeah. And like I said, I put them in their hands. You can give them to, I think at one time I gave them to obviously 2 spectators just to hold on, sandwich it in between. And what else is good as well? It's a nice one to do to, maybe not every single group. Obviously you can do it to every group because it's the reset is 2 seconds. But what I like about it is it's like a little almost throwaway thing, you know. If I'm on a table, for example, I'd get someone to be shuffling their cards. I'll say, let me just try something with you guys over here. Now, they might not be involved in it, but this is a little trick just for these people involved. Now, they're going to say to their mates, oh, did you see the Joker one? He done this. And we go, no way, you know. So, I mean, I would happily do this for every group because it is phenomenal. But as well, it is nice if you are doing tables, it's nice to throw in a little couple of effects, not for everyone, but for some people, where they go, oh my gosh, did he do that one for you? No, he didn't do that one for me. What happened, you know? And yeah, it's so
packet tricks are a sort of weird thing. I think when you first get into Magic, you buy a lot of packet tricks, or you certainly did when me and Wayne got into Magic, because there were just an abundance of packet tricks being released. So, and I remember going round, I used to have packet tricks all over me from one to the other to the other. And then I think as you progress in Magic, they sort of fall by the wayside because they were things that you would do when you first started. But I think as you get further in to your performing career, you start to realise how powerful packet tricks are. Not only from a visual aspect, but from the aspect of taking it away from a pick a card trick.
Yeah.
You know, they're a lovely little segue from one thing into another. They're a great little thing to do walk around. They're perfect to carry on you because they take up hardly any room. And they're always, packet tricks always have a really nice visual element. There's always something like the cards turning face up, turning face down, backs changing colour, and things like this happening, or with Along for the Ride there, you've got the jokers switching places. The nice thing about Along for the Ride is, you know, the magic is sort of happening in their hands. That's the great thing with it. And you were performing this on Saturday.
Obviously it's easier with the pattern when you've got people to actually perform it to. But yeah, like I said, I mean, it was easy because people, if they've got drinks in their hand, just get two people to hold, like one person to hold each joker. They just put their hand out like that. It's very visual for everyone to see that the joker's completely vanished. It's good for all ages. It's good if there's a noisy environment, which at some points it was because there was a band there. And there are little things like that that do really help, you know, because it's, again, a strong moment of magic. It's even a great one just to do for the booker. I also do a lot of I perform sometimes sandwich routines, and a sandwich routine is how to get into card to wallet. And I basically, you know, where you just got one card on top, one card on bottom, you throw it across, now there's a card in between it. I do that one with the jokers. And so the jokers have been in play and have helped me throughout, but then occasionally I would just then do along for the ride, and it goes down the tree, you know. It's, like I said, it's easy to follow, which is very important, especially if there's drinks involved. It's easy to follow magic. The magic does happen in their hands. Nothing for me to worry about, you know, it's so easy, you don't really do anything. And yeah, it's a good picture moment as well. I mean, they hold them out like this. There's a photographer there, you know, that looks wicked. It looks really cool. But yeah, I definitely recommend along for the ride, because when I was packing my bag, again, obviously I've got loads of material, but everyone always thinks, have I got enough? Especially when the numbers drop on the day. I got there and I just thought, this one, no-brainer, along with Gone. They're two sort of no-brainer effects, which are killer. They're different from each other. They're different from any pick a card trick. And they don't really feel like card, because you haven't got a full deck, they don't really feel like card tricks, you know. Along for the ride, definitely. I know Gone, they both obviously use cards, but it has just got a different vibe, you know, whether you're doing McDonald's Aces or whether you're doing anything like that. It's killer. It's good.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
definitely check them out.
With Gone, I've got a presentation on the instructional video, and my presentation for it was I'm going to show you the difference between magic and misdirection. And then, so I would show the cards. I'd say, first of all, I want you to think of one of these cards. The first thing we're going to do is show you some magic. So I would I don't ask them to think of one, I get them to look at the 5 cards. I now take the king, place it face up in between, show there's only 4 cards there, the king's vanished, and say that was magic, the king's gone, and it appears over here in my pocket. In fact, you take hold of the other 4 cards for me. I'm now going to show you misdirection. And the misdirection happens like this. From the moment I reached into my pocket, I'd actually switched the cards that are in your hand. That's where the misdirection happened. Do you believe me? And they say no. And I say, well, have a look, your cards in your hand have gone. They open it up and the cards are still there. And I say, oh no, they have really gone. And then you spell them out and then reach into your pocket and bring out the other 4 cards. So you've got that really nice moment where the cards just don't vanish, but they've appeared somewhere. And the nice thing about having them appear somewhere is they don't want to examine these cards because they presume the cards that were in their hand were the ones in your pocket.
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely.
And it's that's the nice thing about the along for the ride as well, is the 2 cards that are in their hand are totally examinable.
Yeah.
You turn over yours, you show yours, and you can even sort of hand one out or sort of go, look, you know, that is just, he's not on there, right? They can examine it and say, have a look in your hands. Now, these are the cards they're interested in.
Yeah, and obviously they are properly printed on there. Also, you get a lot of magical moments for no work with packet tricks as well, which is important. You know, literally with that, it's not even a frustration count. Do you know what I mean? And I put a card on the bottom. That was literally it. I don't do it. There's no double lifts or, do you know what I mean? There's nothing like that you have to worry about, which is, it's brilliant. It's killer. And like I said, you want a lot of moments of magic, and that's what sets people like, well, Wayne and Etienne, Chris Harding apart from others, because not necessarily packet tricks, but they'll really sort of cram in magic moments, you know, where sometimes even if they just get a pen out, they'll go up their nose, come out their ear, you know, even if one person sees that, that's now going to stick with them, you know what I mean? They've seen something even cooler. And it's the same with this, you know, you want to just, there is obviously a limit, you don't want every single thing to be crazy, but if you can get magic moments in where some people see it and you can show someone else something different, they've all had different experiences, and it's nice to see, because then everyone can talk about it, and they talk about it more, you know, because they haven't all seen the same stuff. It's not, and for the booker, I know I'm rambling on, but even for the booker, they're not just seeing you going round, do this one, do this one, do this one, do this one, which I know is your act, and obviously it's fine, but if you can see and do different things, the book will see you and go, oh my gosh, he's doing that one. I haven't seen that one before, which is nice as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what one went down really well for me on Saturday night?
Go on.
And this is completely bonkers, not a packet trick or anything. I've got the Pro Lights. They're like D-lights on drugs.
Yeah.
I'll grab one in a second. I'll bring it on very quickly because it's very bright. But I had it in my pocket. I put it in my pocket by accident. Luckily, I had my other thumb tip in my other pocket, but I stuck it in the pocket by accident. And I use it like kid shows and stuff. And I was doing something, and I realised my mistake was in there. And I was chatting to these two couples, and he went, and it was just a pure fluke moment. But he went, "Oh yeah, she can be a bit lightheaded." And I reached up behind her ear and pulled out this light and went, "Oh, I see what you mean." And it was just a throwaway moment, but that got everybody talking all night long. It was everyone like, "Do the thing with the light." What thing with the light? No, I don't have a light. There's no light here, you know. And then, oh, you mean this one? Oh, okay, yeah, you know. And it was just a literal, but all of a sudden, it's a magical moment, completely unexpected, right in the middle of nothing. Yeah. It just, it really, really wowed them. Yeah. I'll grab it in a second. I'll flash it because they're well worth having a look at.
It's bright.
Well, you're going to have to go and grab it now because it's already 3 o'clock. Panda Man, Along for the Ride is available on our website now. Yes. I'm not sure where you're located. If you're in the UK, we've got them in stock here.
US, they're in stock as well, yeah.
And we've got them in the US as well on the US site.
Yeah, it's killer. Honestly, it's so much fun to perform. I've done this to everyone who's walked in the shop now, and everyone's picked one up. Every time, literally, I'm actually 3 for 2. 3 people have picked it up after 2 dems. That is the conversion rate for this, so
very
far.
Good.
And we only got them in there today, I will say, so there we are.
I'd also Fate and Flash Prediction are 2 other great packet tricks as well.
Yeah.
I love Fate. I love, again, no work at all, and Flash Prediction is self-working. Really, really, really good little packet tricks that fit in your wallet, and they're always good to go. And also, we made them an insurance card as well. Very good.
Yeah, very good. I will say this as well. If you haven't seen it already, have a look on our site for a trick called X-Ray Vision.
Yes.
Oh, it's beautiful. I picked them up last week. Yeah, I haven't. I've got. Oh my! Pete did it. You did it to me in the shop.
Yeah.
And I thought, what is he talking about? And then it happened. I was like, oh my god! I was like, yeah, I've got to get it. I don't care. I want one.
It's a really fun trick. Harry or I will be doing it on our socials in the next couple of days. So check them out. But we got a few in stock. We're going to try and get some more. Now, I will say this: you get 3 gimmicks with each set, but the gimmicks are printed by the USPCC on genuine bicycle card stock. You are not allowed anymore to do what they've done with it. So once they're gone, once they've sold out of them, you won't be able to get them anymore. Luckily, there's 3 gimmicks that should last you a lifetime unless you don't spill a drink over your deck. But it's something that I'm going to do. It's a fantastic reveal. It can be floating about in your deck until you want it. And the idea I have is to pick up some of those cheap X-ray specs and use that as part of my presentation. And it's a great, fun routine.
It's really fun.
Really, really good. Have a look. It's called X-Ray Vision. We've only got about 20 in stock. I'm trying to get more.
And they're not expensive either. It's a nice little cheap little package.
£15.
Something like that. Yeah, it's really cheap. And like I say, you get 3 of them. You get 3 gimmicks, but you're only using 1 at a time. So you stick the other 2 in your case, and you've got it good to go. Yeah, this is that light. So it's quite bright. I'm going to warn you right now. It's boom. And when you're in a dark room or in a room that's like, I've got lights on, I've got this light on as well. It's about 8-10 times brighter than a D light, and it's just such a beautiful. I've got the other ones in the case, but I normally throw them backwards from hand to hand.
And it's actually rechargeable.
Yeah, it's you don't take the batteries out. You literally just you plug a little wire into it and you plug it into a USB and it charges it. And mine were and they last forever. But mine I've been using for about 2 or 3 weeks without charging it, and it was starting to dim. And I stuck it on charge yesterday, and it charged about half an hour. So it doesn't take long to charge at all. And it's I mean, look at that. There's another thing I do is if it's quite cold during the winter time. I've got a wedding fair, and I've got a red one as well. I've got 2 white and 2 red, and I'll put my hands up like this, and I'll go. and you can't see them, but you get this nice glow in your hand. Yeah. And everyone's looking at you going, well, yeah, just warm your hands, just. And
That's funny.
That's
It's good.
Also,
That obviously they are more expensive, but you can recharge them, and they are significantly stronger. I'm not gonna lie. Like I done one in the shop, and honestly, if you look at it, you actually see them blue after a bit. They're so strong. They're good though.
Right, so we are near enough at the end. I've got one more trailer I want to play, and then we're going to come back. It's a very short trailer, but I'm going to drop that now, and then we will come back.
Daryl's Dicey Dots. It's a simple yet powerful effect where an ordinary die is shown and given to a spectator to hold in their fist. You bring out the magical spot remover, a simple piece of white plastic that is blank on both sides. Your spectators watch in amazement as 21 spots visually appear on the spot remover. They open their hand to reveal the die is now blank. Now you can hand out everything to be examined. Dicey Dots includes the original routine taught by Master Magician Daryl himself, as well as a couple extra bonus effects. This is a very fun effect that's perfect for close-up and walk-around. Welcome to Dicey Dots by the Magician's Magician, Daryl.
Looks good.
I love Dicey Dots. I love Dicey Dots. So it's coming back out. So they're on our site now for pre-order. Steve Smith said, are the April newsletters in? They're not actually. They will be sent out. They should be in by the 1st of April. So they'll be sent out with April orders. And if you're in the US, they should be sent out with April orders in the US as well.
Sweet.
So that should be.
Also, I've heard great things about the John Carey download. Just quickly.
The John Carey download's great. If you haven't checked it out, it's called Session with Carey Volume 1. There's 13 items on that download for only £14.99.
Oh my gosh.
We had our good friend Andy Hawkes in here earlier showing us. He downloaded it last night and he was showing us all the effects off
I just bought it now. Yeah.
It's really good.
Well, good. Also, he was also raving about Bane. So if any of you have got Bane and have had a chance to perform it, let us know, because I know that you love it. That's a fact. I know you love it because it's brilliant.
Wayne, what were those lights called?
They're called what are they called, Harry? Pro lights. Pro lights.
Yeah.
And they're available in white, red, and blue, I believe.
Yeah, you can get them obviously single or pair or whatever.
Andrew Lucas said, is Dicey Dots also available in a black die? I don't think it was ever available in a black die.
Don't think so.
Only ever in white. Whether Murphy's now own the rights to Daryl's estate, so whether they will bring it out at some point with a black die, who knows.
Thank you, Panda. He just messaged me.
Who was that?
Panda.
Oh.
So he's planning. He messaged me today. He's planning on coming over to the UK at some point and wants to see if he can make it down.
He is, yeah. So, he's going to come down to AlakazamM, which will be great.
He better turn up in a full Panda outfit.
I don't even know who Panda Man is.
Right, so that brings us to, well, no, actually, before we go, let's just play this one and then we'll come straight back.
Hi everybody, I'm John Carey and I'm absolutely delighted to be back at AlakazamM. Today we're going to be filming a new project and it's called Session with Carey. 13 items, some techniques and some very, very powerful routines will be taught in lots of detail. So go grab a deck of cards, a cup of coffee or something stronger if you wish, and let's have some fun.
So
Superb.
that was it. Session with Carey. Go grab yourself that download. Don't forget to grab yourself the Nicolas Mavresis course as well. That's on a special early bird price of only $19.99. It's going to be a great night. So that brings us to the end of this AlakazamMagicUK Live. We've got no more live events this week.
What?
We have got the, obviously we're back with a live on Tuesday, but Thursday we've got Nicolas here. So we've got the Academy.
Next Thursday.
Next Thursday, not this Thursday. We've got no other live events this week. The end of April, we have got the live launch. I believe it may be Knock 'em Dead, which we have had tons of emails about.
We're making up a lot about them. We're making a lot of them up, sorry, should I say as well?
Yeah. And we also have a relaunch happening on the same night.
I don't know what that is.
Oh.
What's that then?
The thing I showed you the box for today, and you went, "Oh, that looks great." A relaunch.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
So one of the boxes I showed you today,
Yeah. What colour is it?
black.
Oh!
Because-
Nice. Oh yeah, because they go hand in hand.
Because they do go hand in hand.
Wow, how exciting! Lovely. We
Before-
have honestly.
Oh, go on, Harry.
I was going to say it's been like Christmas today, isn't it? Because the amount of packaging pictures we've had today, oh my gosh, they look phenomenal.
Yeah, we've had a lot of questions as well asking if Mirage is in stock. We have got all the coins for Mirage. We've run out of packaging. So the new packaging has now been finished. We've got a lovely new box for it, red with all gold embossed and everything.
Yeah.
So hopefully in about 2 weeks, Mirage will be back on the site as well. And we're also getting the boxes for about 5 future releases coming in.
Yeah, and we're getting Assassin's back in stock, Infinity's back in stock, Bane is on the way, restock of everything, guys. Trilogy as well. If you haven't seen Trilogy. There was something else.
Very quickly, if anybody has bought Apparition, there is a Facebook group. It's AlakazamMagic-Apparition, and you can join. But if you do try to join the group, you do need to put the passcode in under question, otherwise you won't be allowed access. So
yeah, we're very strict with that.
We are. So yeah, I will. I have messaged to come to you and say I can't let you in until you post up the code. Once you put the code in, then we'll come through to us and we can all accept you and you'll be part of the group.
100%.
Just want to say a big hello to Chris James as well, who's watching us, our good friend Chris James. Chris has got an amazing packet trick coming out with us very, very soon.
I've told 2 people about it this morning, just the name. Literally, I said, do you like, I said, I know you like packet tricks. Have a look at this one. Well, not have a look. Keep your eyes peeled for this one. It's so good.
Let me look what is going on. Right, that's it. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us on this week's live show. We will be back next Tuesday, 2 p.m. on right here on Facebook and YouTube. Remember, if you are in the USA, our US warehouse has now opened. So we are shipping a majority of our US orders direct from our US warehouse. We have been told by our Canadian customers that they would prefer if we ship to Canada from the UK, as it's better than shipping from the USA to Canada, which seems crazy, but Canadian orders, if you are from Canada and you would prefer your order to be shipped from the US, just leave a note when you place the order and we can arrange that for you. But if you would, or if you're in the US and you would prefer it to be sent from the UK, once again, leave a little note in there and we will handle it. We will do what you want.
Yes.
We're here to please.
We are indeed.
So, guys, thank you to the fantastic Wayne Goodman for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me again.
Obviously,
I'll be done next week.
You will be. You're not here Tuesday, are you?
No, I'll be here Tuesday, and then that night. But I tell you, I have Nicolas here.
Oh.
So we might be able to get him on to come on and say hello. So come on.
That will be good.
I'm picking him up. He's coming to my Monday night after the circle, so he'll be here on Tuesday. So yeah, we can get him on here on Tuesday, and he can give a little plug for the
academy. Brilliant. Yeah, let's do that. And obviously,
whether we go or not.
Yeah. I think Andy's might be off next week, so I don't know if Harry will be able to join us in it, 'cause he might be busy working in the shop.
I don't. What is that one? What are you talking about?
Andy might be off next week.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
For a whole week.
Yeah. So
What?
I know. It's a joke.
So, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you very much for Harry for demonstrating along for the ride so beautifully. We will see you next week. Have yourselves a great week. And if you haven't done so already, check out the deep dive that went live on Sunday with the magnificent David Regal. It was a great one. So we'll see you next Tuesday. I'm going to leave you with Nicolas Mavresis again. See you soon, guys. Have a great week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Oh, hello. My name is Nicolas Mavresis, and I am here to talk to you about my upcoming academy. That's the third one. Yeah, the third one already. Let's call it Methods in Mentalism number 3. Now, I'll be sharing lots and lots of unpublished material, you know, all new things that you haven't seen before. I'll be sharing my new bank night routine. I'll be sharing my chair test routine, you know, lots of stage routines, parlor routines, routines that are suitable for house parties, you know, more intimate settings, and close-up, of course. Speaking of close-up, I'll be sharing my Q&A routine that I adapted it for close-up. That's right, you can now do the question and answer effect close-up. You know, where to start. I mean, just the bank night routine is worth the price of the whole academy. 5 envelopes. Spectators freely choose any 4. The last one contains money, and of course it's for me. You can play it out any way you like, but it's so clean, so clean. No, you know, forces, nothing like that. Now I'll be showing some magic effects as well, like my take on the anniversary walls, which I think is the greatest card trick ever invented, especially for a couple. And you know what? I'll be joining Harry and Peter in person. So I'll be flying to the UK, and I'll be doing my academy from the headquarters to your house. So please join me on the 6th of April. That's a Thursday, and you know, I'm so excited to share my new material with you. See you there. Bye.